really plan this out, to be honest. I didn't know I was supposed to wear sunglasses. Nobody told me.
Well, I got the memo. You gotta check your email, dude. Even OG started.
Well, and maybe what OG has found out in their emails that apparently Earthshaker can be run again, and not just as a 4 position, but apparently as a core.
No, that was in the spam folder. Unfortunately, they took it seriously and signed up.
Oh no! Are you saying this is a phishing attempt? This is
Yes.
one of those scams who
They fell for
Nigerian prince offers. All you have to do is just send him $20,000 and he'll unlock an Earthshaker core for you.
You know, I don't want to speak too soon. I think when we approach TI time, Earthshaker kind of always comes back into the meta, but it's just not great against Wraith King. I think Timbersaw, even though it's opened, is just nigh uncountered. Yeah, sure, Hoodwink has a break, but that's removable by a Lotus Orb or a self-heals. And I'm very concerned with the damage output of OG in this game if Thompson does not crush.
To be fair, when you're talking about Earthshaker countering Wraith King, you mean like in a general game sense, right? Because doesn't Earthshaker do well in lane against Wraith King?
I mean, it's not terrible, but it depends on the build. I think you can beat him if you go for the like enchant aftershock style. But I don't know. Like when I've seen offlane Earthshaker work, that's how it was played. But I haven't seen it in so long. I don't know if that's what Seb's gonna do.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. He did get Fisher level 1 just to be able to block the opposing creep wave, so his creeps would end up under tower, making it a little hard for the Wraith King to get all that CS. I'm going to watch Saksa. Oh, nice bushwhack. Managed to pull save back in as he's trying to do this pulling of the creeps. And may end up dying here as he's going to be run down river. If they can get another bushwhack, they might actually be able to kill him.
Oh, nice shot.
Loses his courier, but if he gets the kill, oh, whoa. He tried to move over to low ground. I think he thought he was going to be able to get 2 hits in, but not the case.
I'm a big save fan now after learning that I would be the person he wants to be stuck on a desert island with. So
that's all it takes,
quite happy he escaped. Yep. But we'll see. The Spectre top versus Timbersaw is an interesting lane. We saw this at the Major quite a bit. They effectively just trade. No Tail's going to do a little bit to help zone, but you really just can't against Timber. Although the tri-lane may force DM away. At least for now. I mean, the safe lane tri-lane makes sense, but there's a huge creep wave now facing Sumel, and VP likely just going to come up here and duel 2-on-3 to secure the XP at least.
Yeah, seems like not a terrible idea between the Earthshaker offlane, so he can Fisher off for himself, and then like their only solution to this Timbersaw early is just to tri-lane against him. So we'll see how much longer this lasts, though. Samael getting plenty of last hits under tower. I went back and looked at some of the carries that he was playing for OG the last time he was on this roster. And it started off, he was playing all those, hard carries. He was playing Phantom Lancer, he was playing Spectre. But as time went on, he was playing more and more aggressive heroes. It started turning into Lycan, into Fury on safe lane. DM may end up dying here. I thought he was going to be okay, and he will be, but loses most of his life, and they're being extremely shoved out of lane.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Cap. I mean, we're probably not going to see it in this tournament, to be fair. I'm sure some strats are going to be saved. But looking at Sumel and the new OG, I really hope that by the time qualifiers roll around, they've got their special flavor, But when you think about OG at TIs, they had pretty huge strategical edges. They had heroes nobody else could play. And I don't know if just putting Sumel on Ana's 4 heroes is really the best option for them as a roster.
Well, they at least got to be able to have the option, right?
I suppose, but Sumel, do you really see him as a Spectre player?
Maybe, but if the meta turns into you need to be able to play Phantom Lancer, Spectre, Morphling, like if you have to play hard carries in order to fit the patch, then by God, Sumel's gonna have to be that kind of player, right?
No, that's a good point. I mean, we know he can morph. Spectre seems just not really stylistically his. Bottom lane, Seb.
Taking a bit of damage, but is just going to go for the TP out. It's going to be a close call, but he does manage to live, and he went all the way back to the fountain, so he'll have to take a walk. Bit of a walk back. Thompson in this mid matchup up against GPK has been awfully close, but it looks like GPK has secured a large number of denies. 6 denies for the puck against a Void Spirit. You're supposed to have a CS advantage as Void Spirit, right?
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. I mean, GPK is probably the best mid laner in CIS right now. He's just played the lane quite well. I think he double waved him at the very start of the game. But the concern I have is that if you look at Seb's CS, he's a little behind. He's going for the Tranquil style, and yeah, he's got 2 points Aftershock, so he'll be playing more of this aggressive, like, up-in-your-face style. But when I see a enemy Wraith King with phase boots up already, I get very concerned for the life of my offlane shaker.
Seb once again trying to go on him as best he can. It looks like straight magic wand blink dagger. Seb knows what he wants, and that is being able to start team fights as soon as possible. And it's a good way to be able to deal with GPK, especially since GPK is having a good laning phase. Having that instant disable and a large amount of burst damage is always preferable against a puck. Thompson turning around and fighting them a little bit. And that's just because he does have that jump away at any time.
It's a very strange build. Okay, sorry, I for some reason didn't register he had a bottle. I'm like, what? He skipped bottle? But yeah, there's no way. Nobody does that.
Yeah, that would be very weird in this patch of all things.
Yeah.
Splinter Blast not quite landing there on a Seb. Turns around, does manage to get the two-man Fisher. No Tail is here to be able to help out. Actually does wake up the Wraith King, but I don't think they can actually fight. Nice bushwhack, but GPK offers more than enough damage to be able to kill Soxa.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, so far so good for VP. I'm looking at the OG lineup, and I'm finding some pretty big issues with their damage output. This is another storyline from the major, but if you think about it, Void Spirit, and Earthshaker, pretty much just XP based damage, not really scaling too hard. Whereas on the side of VP, not only do you have really tanky heroes like Timber and Wraith King, but you've got sustain behind it. Bottom lane Seb is likely dead.
Yeah, he's Nightfall. Whoa. He could pop the reincarnation, they could probably slow him down and kill him, but they're not able to. Bushwhack is going to be able to hold in Kingslayer here. Cold Embrace not going to be able to TP out, so that should be OG's first kill of the game.
Seb a little spooky there, but he did have a raindrop, so he would have been just fine even if he caught that last blast.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
DM, I think.
Thompson does manage to catch GPK, just poking at him, just seeing what reactions he can force here.
The trouble is, Cap, this offlaner disparity is pretty huge. That's why we don't see the Earthshaker. Yeah, you can get this lane control back, but unlike Timbersaw, who you can see is just tanking tower and killing enemy safe lane, Earthshaker is now just sort of walking around with Tranquil Boots. And yeah, you can sit in lane, but I fear that DM might just come down here at a point and start bullying him out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just camp yourself in the safe lane. That's what Timbersons typically want to be able to do, but he doesn't need to right now because Nightfall feels so unthreatened by everything, especially since he does have that extra life. Mid lane, they're going to try and jump on a Thompson here. They had a way to be able to break the coil. This would be a lot easier, but it looks like they may run out of disables here as just a little bit more damage, but he does manage to double jump himself away. Thompson survives.
OG doing a nice job. They've got raindrops on how many heroes? Only 3, but very valuable against the puck specifically, along with the Wyvern. You get full reduction on any of their spells.
Looks like an Echo Saber build for our Spectre. No early Blade Mail pickup, which we sometimes see as Spectres against Timbersaws, but
I don't want to speak too soon, Cap, but VP, we saw this all year long, and sure they underperformed at the major, but like they're really far ahead when you consider the amount of map control that they have right now. And yeah. I don't see how OG start making moves until they have significantly more core items up.
Kingslayer's like, okay, I guess if you want a suicide for that ward.
Oh, the dunk?
Fissure, the turnaround stop with the Splinter Blast. Oh, the raindrop blocked the damage. They're okay. Echo Slam going down. No Tail still going to be chased down by Nightfall with a final crit. Does the trick to get the kill. Kingslayer, though, is going to be left behind. Nightfall, though, not too concerned. We'll just keep on pushing out the lane. Again, they are not addressing this Wraith King, and they are not addressing this Timber Saw, Kyle. I do believe your concerns are well warranted.
Yeah, it's just VP, you know, when they looked rough, it was typically when they weren't able to do this kind of 3 lanes playing as bullies. You know, it doesn't feel like any of the cores are really under any threat whatsoever. You can see all 3 populate the top of the net worth chart. And there's no natural playmaker on the side of OG in terms of either hero in the support duo. Yeah, Thompson can get involved, but again, the issue is, oh, hang on. No finger.
Go again on Thompson, no finger, as you said. So once again, it feels like they may run out of damage here. Hex follow up. There's the silence this time around. They get him, but Sumail's going to show up for this fight immediately. Cold Embrace laid on to save. They're going to point blank stomp him. GPK has another round of spells coming in soon. This does not look good for OG whatsoever, especially now the DM is here. Sumail will manage to get that 1 kill, yes. And thanks to the haste rune, we'll be able to get out, but still. Does not look great, as now Virtus.pro are going to use this momentum, start banging on that mid tower while Nightfall is still farming bottom lane.
I mean, Sumail has haster, otherwise I don't think he gets the kill or survives. Really nice movement from DM. He just shoves in top and just connects towards mid to guarantee his team can win that engagement. And now I love it, yeah, he's got a hood, so he just tanks tower, the offensive glyph. You're going to push with this catapult and secure tier 1 mid. And like you said, bottom lane, Nightfall, he has a relic and 600 gold. He's just chilling.
I don't know, man. OG's getting smashed right now. And they legitimately just look like they can't fight, as this curse is going to set up a double kill most likely with the chakram through.
Like, I don't know how to strategically analyze this one, Cap.
Has fallen.
VP just kind of casually collecting kills and towers. Now very, very far ahead in the net worth. We're going to check the replay. Yeah, Kingslayer just uses his button. Says, oh, hey, those 2 heroes are on top of each other. And I'll ult one. And then my Timber will kill both, because they're both strength heroes that were actually, in the case of Shaker, last picked into my Timber.
Yeah. Now Nightfall's going to move up to the top lane, but he's going to have that relic now. Radiance expected in just another 2 minutes. And there's going to be no space left on the map for OG to be able to farm. I mean, it's a good thing they have very active heroes, and they only want the Spectre farming at some point in time, because, well, I think there's only going to be space for Spectre to farm. Seb still needs to finish up his Blink Dagger, though. That is one thing, is that he definitely needs the Blink first. They're going to go for the shot. See if they can kill the Lion, but now Sumail has been baited into a nasty position. He's going to lose his life. Save gives him the finger. And 7-3, 5,000 net worth in. I mean, 5K is a lot, for sure. But we've seen teams come back from that. The problem is that I'm concerned OG don't even scale that well besides the Spectre.
I don't know, Cap. I like how I've noticed you've started to pace your words slower. Because they're really, it's brutal right now. I'm watching.
Are you trying to say that we need to slow down our commentary because there's not anything to say, and so we just space things out? What?
Exactly.
Kyle, I love you, but you're an idiot. Where's Curse bottom lane Kingslayer? He needs a TP in, and he's going to have one. DM actually faking the TP is not going to complete that one. So Sumail can still go for this dive, but OG have yet to pick up a kill anywhere in this game. They're not going to, or tower kill rather. They're not going to be able to take this bottom lane. It seems like Kingslayer is still going to hang out. See if there's going to be a rotation from Virtus.pro. I mean, if I'm VP, I don't want to give them anything. Once again, Kingslayer going to go for the Arctic Burn away. Sumail, he's gonna pop the Hunt, but that's not gonna be able to kill the Winter Wyvern. I'm not sure where he's planning on going with this one, but okay, he's gonna stay on top of Kingslayer. The break does actually hit. Sharpshooter onto the puck, brings him a little bit low. Save is now here. They're gonna be able to kill Seb, No Tail, and Sumail are gonna try and run down this puck. They don't really have any lockdowns between the two of them. A little bit of damage here. GPK does a lot of damage over to Sumail and turns around. DM is able to finish him off. GPK gets away from the bushwhack. He's going to be okay. No Tail, in his haste to try and help out Sumail, is going to fall behind the tier 1 tower as well. And sure enough, yeah, Virtus.pro, they don't even bring Nightfall to the engagement. Even though he had his Radiance, he decides, my team's got this one. I'm just going to push out mid lane.
Yeah, I just want to clarify for the viewers at home. I'm a huge fan of Sumail and a proud owner of one of the only 10 Sumail liquid jerseys ever printed. But with that said, him and the boys are getting absolutely thrashed right now, Cap. This game is 4-on-5. Nightfall is 1-0-1. He's just chilling in the jungle, buying whatever he wants. GPK now with a blink. I don't know. Now there's an Echo Saber on Thompson. I'm not sure. I know it's the item of the patch, Cap, but I don't know if the double attack is really going to create enough of a game-breaking situation here to help turn this around. However, Seb has a Blink Dagger, maxed out Aftershock. That could do it. He's the X Factor now for his squad.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit some sort of gigantic ultimate to turn this game around. Thompson with the Echo Saber does mean that when you Astral Step through, it actually does proc the Echo Saber slow. So between that and the natural Astral Step slow, they actually don't move hardly at all. But yeah, I'm going to agree with you there that it's not really going to change anything.
At 7K at 16 minutes, this is typically when VP looks good. It was always with them ahead. Part of their issues in those international lands have been they weren't allowed to get this far ahead. And I love Nightfall just YOLO TPing in top, doesn't care who might be there, full vision up, but it's a Wraith King with a reincarnate.
Yeah, Nightfall seems very unconcerned about this one. He may be losing his first life here. The coil's gonna go out, locking down Thompson. Thompson yet to be able to finish off the first life of Nightfall and won't be able to get it. Now Sox is running away from Save, who missed his Earth Spike. Soxa through the trees, knowing that DM wouldn't be able to pursue quite as easily, will manage to get out, but I'm not sure what exactly that idea was. Maybe they were hoping that Virtus.pro would, just 5-man up and Seb would be able to surprise them with an Echo Slam, but Virtus.pro pretty cautious in some of their moves, keeping their spacing nicely for the most part. And even if he does manage to hit that Echo Slam, there's always Kingslayer with the rebuttal, a similar combo-breaking ultimate.
How harsh am I allowed to be, Cap?
As harsh as you want.
The Wraith King has a Radiance and a built-in Aegis, Cap.
Yeah.
They use a lot of spells. I watched Hoodwink channel an ultimate, an Astral in. There's nothing.
Saying that move was dumb.
It was really dumb, Cap. It was very dumb. It was not the kind of move that you expect to see out of players of this caliber, especially up against heroes like Puck and Lion, even Wyvern, right? Any of these three, waiting in the wings or just late TPing in, it's going to be an immediate turnaround, specifically on a hero like Void Spirit, who, again, has an Echo Saber, rather than any method of cleansing silence, dealing additional magical damage, perhaps an Ags for some sort of team fight. An earlier Orchid I could have seen.
Yeah, an earlier Orchid would have been nice to be able to kill the puck, or maybe assassinate some of those supports, but as it is, because you don't have a disable, he can't even hunt down the Lion aggressively because there's a chance he just gets hexed before he gets off his Remnant. And if he gets hexed, then he's probably dead. Alright, well, they will finally get tier 1 tower here. Sumail is being gifted this one. The rest of Virtus.pro not gonna back up. They're too busy controlling the other side of the map, setting up for a tier 2 push, perhaps even going for a Roshan after this. As they're trying to chase Soxa into a position where Save can catch him out. Bushwhack going down. No Tail following up with a stomp. Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Now
under
what?
attack.
Apparently
Oh, no,
nothing.
Cap.
Tier 2 falls and OG runs away.
Hang on. Seb. Seb's
Okay.
got the blink.
The long walk around here. All right, Thompson. Oh no, they're gonna be able to find him. Haunt, they're gonna go for the kill on the save. Save does manage to get off the Hex, but the Spectre managed to finish him off first. They do
Yeah,
manage to
both
kill the
support.
2 supports. First things first. That is the right way for OG to be able to win a fight. Now Seb's going to show himself. They have to be careful around Nightfall, though. Nice dodge there with Dissimulate from Thompson, but eventually JPK
Comes
does
Seb.
manage to kill Soxa in return. Here comes Seb, does manage to get the jump onto the puck, and they finish him up. They do. A stomp to be able to follow that off of well. Thompson is out, and it looks like it's now up to Seb and Samael to try and cover each other's tracks to get back to base. Unfortunately, Seb not making it out alive here. Nightfall is just completely undeterred and unstalled out in every single one of these fights. He's just walking at people, banging on them until they die.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty solid fight from OG. Their only real way to take an engagement would be, as they did, kill off both supports. The trouble is, the Wraith King and Timber, they're simply unkillable at this phase of the game. They're much too strong. But all in all, a pretty solid team fight. And, you know, Sumail is closing in on his Manta. Just the Desolate maxed out will be a very important tool if they try and kill a hero like, say, Timbersaw later on. And Seb, he chose to go for the solo puck rather than the 2 strength cores, but I think it was the right move because they do finish that kill on GPK, who I think has also made the right choice here. You can see he's got queued up a Neon Disc because really all he fears is that Shaker combination. So just live through. You'll be certain to get all of your spells off. Now an Orchid as well on Void Spirit. That's something to fear. Good coil.
So they scanned Roshan, but they can't do anything about it. Which leads me to wonder, what's the point of scanning at all if you can't contest it? I mean, No Tail kind of pokes at them at the stomp, but ultimately
the
they
Orchid.
are going to be boned. Oh, the Orchid is going to be able to catch out GPK. He dies. OG with a big kickoff there, and maybe they can actually contest Roshan. Virtus.pro overextending themselves. The Bushwhack back in. Soxa, though, is not going to be able to find any follow-up from his allies.
Yeah, the thing is, since they took this outpost, it becomes so much easier for VP to control the Roche pit. You know, GPK now has an incredible location to teleport into, but in addition, it gives them that vision and control. So how does OG actually enter the pit? There's not just the 2 wards, but this other structure providing map control. So they're going to need some kind of smoke maneuver. Echo up in 10. Sumail's Hauntin is ready. Not out of this, you know, we've been memeing a little bit, but OG, they just have to kill the supports.
Look at this setup, right? No Tail gets a really aggressive mid ward down because they want to be able to find GPK again. They know he's TPing in. GPK does a smart thing though. He TP'd far to the left-hand side at a very safe position where they wouldn't be able to see him coming in. And now they're going to smoke themselves on over. Stomp's going to be able to hit DM. But meanwhile, Roshan should be easy to finish up. Virtus.pro have chased OG far enough away. Not going to be there to contest the Aegis that is picked up. Sumail going to be chased after here. He's going to go ahead and pop the launch. They see, save, caught. Winter's Curse immediately put on Thompson.
No,
he tried to jump after Kingslayer. Now he's going to be in serious trouble as the coil follow up the 3-man stomp as well. A Chakram pullback does a bunch of damage, and Sumail still coiled up is going to snap himself there. 3 cores dying on the side of OG as they all in committed for a kill that they could not have.
Hopefully we have that saved, because I can certainly point to an impact play from that last engagement as Seb blinks in to the Winter's Curse and then gets absolutely obliterated by DM on the Timbersaw. Really nice pre-click Orchid from Thompson. He prevented Save's initiation, but they got a bit greedy and tried to blow up the Wyvern with no actual stun or disable, and he just ulted. And from there, VP crushed through the fight.
Yeah, really well done by Kingslayer. We'll watch this one again. They jump in, and Thompson, I think, in a way, has the right idea.
There's Seb.
But yeah, he blinks into the AoE. He saw a 2-man Echo and instead blinks a little bit too close to that Winter's Curse. That groups them all up for a plethora of spells. Virtus.pro certainly don't have any lack of damage in these situations.
You can see the line has been drawn. Save giving the arrow and telling his team they're in their base, we will kill them shortly. But yeah, that was a 3-man lion stun, coil, silence, and a round of timber spells. Very tough to live through that.
What do you think about Winter Wyvern's success as, hold up, Samael? Is he hidden? Keep it secret? Keep it, oh no, he's found. Coil. He's gonna try and snap it and run through the trees here, and we'll be able to get a follow-up stun from Nightfall. He's in trouble. The flamethrower also slowing him down there. And it seems like a whole forest fire is gonna be going up. 14,000 net worth lead. At this point, it feels like we're waiting for Virtus.pro to just close out the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, DM with his signature flamethrower, as previously seen in the 14 Fists of McCluskey, and Thompson has just gone in, but there were multiple heroes there. He's in trouble.
Unfortunately, the Bushwhack not quite latching on to save. Finger put Thompson in his place. As he dared to get a little bit too aggressive. Saksa also going to be found here. Never mind, Bushwhack first before Save could get the disable out. Still, though, hard for this Hoodwink to be able to get away safely. Blind Earthspake is going to be able to find that kill on Saksa. Meanwhile, Nightfall apparently somehow found No Tail. I guess he was trying to stall this bottom tier 2 push, but Nightfall apparently doesn't need any allies. They're showing 3 heroes at top, but it doesn't matter. He's still banging on the tier 2. He knows that OG can't fight him.
Oh yeah, this has been one of the more relaxing carry matches that you'll see. See, once again, check out the play, as it appears he died. Oh, they got saved mid lane.
Okay. That's a nice start for OG if they can get out, but there's the coil to prevent Seb's TP away. Seb will manage to buy out a BKB as he dies, though, so at least he'll have that for next time.
The 17k gold lead, Cat. OG have been in this situation before, and with the draft like this, they may find themselves in this situation again, but let's not count them out.
Yeah, what was when you were down by this much, and that would be pretty often, what would you tell your team?
I'd say, guys, you know, it's not over. Keep fighting. Play for picks. And typically, we would lose the game anyway, but
I was about to say, I mean, that wasn't a very inspiring speech there, Kyle.
I was not great at the motivation in games like this. It was one of my weaknesses as a captain.
Charging up the sharpshooter and it misses. Well, Virtus.pro is just going to take that mid tower because Nightfall literally has been like ignoring 90% of the hero kills in this game. He is just like, I'm going to farm, I'm going to get objectives, and we're going to end this game as quick as possible.
Pretty much. I mean, shout out to DM, gets tri-lane, bodies his lane anyway, takes first tower in game, and just pretty much plays a typical Timbersaw. Maybe they, next game, maybe try out the quad lane, because stopping this man's Timber was something no team in the Eastern European region could figure out. Not just Season 1 of the DPC, but also Season 2.
What is it about Virtus.pro, man, that online matches, they look like one of the best teams in the world, and then they just go to these majors and just, they're just terrible.
They're not, well, that's a little harsh. Although, interestingly enough, they did get, I believe it was a 2-1 against Vici Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, in the bottom half of that lower bracket. What's crazy about that is that if they win that series, Nigma goes to TI, and Vici doesn't.
Oh man, I actually didn't realize that.
Yeah. Because Nigma had 670. They would have made it, but Vici surpassed them with that win and got into top 8 from there.
Save chilling out with this smoke. The Haunt's gonna go down, trying to find Save. Immediately go for the Orchid kill onto him, but the Cold Embrace is going to be able to save. Turn around, BKB, Earthshaker jumping in, Winter's Curse. stops him from being able to get off the full combination here. GPK alive through it all, is able to harass the back lines with Nightfall charging in after him. They've got tons of damage, and they've got them Sables too to make sure Thompson's not getting out alive. 33-10. I think this game has been kind of over. I mean, Dota Plus says they had like a 90% victory